Ashin, Ali Khan, welcome.
Yeah. Hello, yes, thanks for adding me.
Okay, thank you very
I,
much.
I I just joined in the last few moments of your other participants in which he mentioned a Quranic ayat which says ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ.
Yep,
Okay, so what is the topic here today?
that is the topic that Larikal Devafu believe in unseen.
Right.
And what is the
Okay.
foundation of believing in unseen in the present day science? Those who claim themselves that we are scientific, we want to get proof of existence of God, and we don't have any. We are not ready to accept anything which is beyond of our knowledge, empirical knowledge, and our science. So in that case, if you,
All right.
nobody have ever able to prove the existence of Allah, so why you are talking bullshit? We
Sure.
are not going to face this. That is the topic.
Sure.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. Since the last participant was rather scientific and he has scientific knowledge and background, would you kindly give me some empirical evidence of God's existence and some deductive evidence that I can deduct to which, after deducting, it leads to God and God's existence?
You want for me to give some deductive argument on that will prove that
No, no, some,
God exists? What?
yes, yes.
Uh,
But first, I asked, I need some empirical evidence of God's existence.
you need some empirical evidence of God's existence. Okay. Yeah, first of all, we know there are two kinds of evidences in the field of evidence. One is circumstantial evidence, and another one is direct evidence. Am I right?
I'm listening.
So the circumstantial evidence tells us that if the direct evidence is not available, then the circumstance, after considering the circumstances and the surroundings, the judge tries to come to a deductive reasoning that it happened, not by just watching it,
Okay,
but
so
in presence of such kind of
sure.
evidence, then they go for circumstantial evidence, right?
No, I would like to know first, why is there no real evidence? Why should we go for something else?
Huh.
So, I mean,
That is the
why
problem.
is God ashamed
Exactly.
of, or why does
Ex-
God fear? Why doesn't God give any evidence
okay.
of His existence? Is God fearful of us, or God doesn't like us? Why is
Hmm.
He so mysterious? And what
Yeah.
is the reason behind Him remaining a mysterious figure?
Your main topic is that your main comment is that why we can't see God, why we can't uh, witness God. That is what you are trying to say, right? If God
Yes.
exists, then we must have the evidence, the real evidence. Okay. Now I am going to ask you something about the real evidence. You want to get the evidence through your empirical knowledge, right? Through your five senses, or what? I mean, you want to get evidence by the use of your five senses, right? Right, you are talking with me now. You are getting my voice by your ear, so you are understanding that somebody is talking. So you are absolutely sure that there is a speaker behind you who is talking with you, because you are getting his information directly by your sense. You want to understand God by this way, right?
I don't see the connection here. Please
No,
provide. Like I said, let me.
what kind of evidence
You.
you want? That I have to understand first before going to answer you, ma'am. That is why I'm
No.
asking you what kind of evidence you are actually meaning to understand the
No.
existence of God. That you want to see Him by
I
your
need.
eyes. You want to
Sure,
see
sure,
Him by
sure.
watch
I
Him by
need.
your eyes. You want to
I
understand
need
Him by
physical.
touching Him.
I need physical, concrete evidence.
That's what I am asking
I
you,
of
part
his
by
ex-
part. Physical means you want to have that capacity and that He must be reachable to you. He must be touchable to you. He must occupy a space, and you can be visible by your eyes. His voice or whatever can be heard by your ears. That is the evidence you are meaning, right?
Yes, I need concrete evidence that, like I said again,
That
that
is what I am
leads.
telling. What is the definition of your concrete evidence is to be understood by me. What you mean by that concrete evidence? What I am saying is that your concrete evidence. Will you be satisfied when you'll be able to watch him by your own eyes? When he will come in front of me by occupying a space, and you can touch him, or you can watch him by your eyes, by your retina. That will be your concrete evidence. Am I right?
Yes, but I don't necessarily want to touch him, but I want to see him
No,
in
no,
in
whatever
in
it is.
physical form.
You want to see him
In
in a physical form, right? It
form,
means,
yes.
okay, then he must have some physical properties to be
Well,
physically formed.
if he exists, because in the Quran
No,
it
no,
says
no,
he
no, no.
Quran says,
Don't tell anything. If I am just walking on your road, I am not
no,
deviating from your road. Okay, so the
no.
physical evidence
First of
means
all,
he must have.
I asked
Listen,
you.
listen. The
Yeah.
physical evidence means he must have physical properties, isn't it?
Well, okay. Have you finished?
Now I am asking why shall I am not yet finished because your answer is not yet
Okay.
been answered. I am understanding what
Well,
you
every
want to
time.
mean. What you want to mean by
No, no.
material evidence.
For
That is to be understood first.
okay,
You
okay.
need
For so
you.
many things I have said. I hold on, please. Allow me to
Okay,
finish my
sure, sure,
sentence. Initially,
sure.
I started off that I require empirical evidence, which can be deducted. I want some sort of deductive evidence that leads to God's existence.
That is
Then
what I
you
am
having
trying
failed
to.
that,
No, no. That is what
please,
I am.
please,
That is what.
with respect, with
Okay,
respect, may I
okay,
finish my
sure,
sentence, please?
sure, sure. Carry on.
Yes, and then you went to some other vague arguments or vague examples. Then I asked, I need
For
physical,
example,
concrete
for
evidence of
no,
his
no, no. For
existence.
example, which one was my vague definition? You give me
Uh,
the
la-
example. Right now, I'm talking with you. Which one you
you,
think? Yeah.
yeah, you gave me some examples. You talking to me, or I'm talking to you, and we are hearing each other, and I can find God in this. That
No,
lot
no,
of
I didn't
nonsense.
say. Why you are twisting the matter? I didn't say that. I am trying to understand what is the way of understanding of yourself to know or to be sure about the existence of God. For example, as I am talking with you, you are talking with me, so you can feel that there is a person behind that, and you have this deductive understanding that there is a person. So you want to understand God in this way or what? That is what I am asking you. What is your deductive or physical or evidential
Right.
proof you mean
Okay.
to
All
understand
right. Okay.
the
Now,
existence of God?
right. Okay. Now, if we go into the Quran, in
No, no.
which God says He can see.
Hmm?
No, hold on, please. You're coming from a religious point of view. I would like to make my point here. If God can see, if God can touch, if God can sit on His arsh, and God has some physical or some characteristics of human beings in that context of the Quran. If somebody sees, obviously he has to have eyes. Without eyes, nobody sees. So God can see, yes?
You carry on.
And then God hears. Sami'ullah, God hears and God sees, and God can touch and God can do things. So sort of adding all those together. If something has eyes, if something has hands, and if someone or something can see, then surely these are characteristics of a human being like God.
So, are you going to the Quran and trying to understand God, or are you depending on your empirical knowledge to understand the God? Which one? You have to come
No,
to one point.
no.
I can't twist, you can't twist. You want to
No,
know the
I'm not
existence
twisting
of
here.
God. No, no. What you are
I'm not
saying,
twisting here.
yeah, you are twisting
Yeah, I'm not twisting
there
here.
in that way. Let me say, You are twisting here in that
Okay.
way. If it is being said in the Quran, then he must have this, he must have that. That is not your consideration. Your consideration is that God must be seen, God must be watched. If he exists, that is your
Yes.
point, or what? That is your
Yes.
platform.
Yes.
Stay
Yes.
on the
God must be seen or heard. Yes. So,
and
okay, I
heard,
would like to
and
see.
he
Yes.
must be reachable, right?
Well,
Must be
well, I don't
reachable
want
to
to reach
you.
him. I
Mu-
don't want to reach him, even if he
no,
exists.
no.
But
Whether you want or not, that's different. But he must be reachable if anybody want to, right?
right.
Bec-
Okay. Okay. Fine. Then the first two. Yeah.
so the criteria is now been set up of the existence of God according to you is that he must be seen as an object,
Yes.
and he must occupy a space where I can have my eye power to watch him, the
Yes.
reflection of the light, all these things. Yes, and
Yes.
he must be reachable, whether I desire to reach him or not. Yeah, these
Uh-huh.
three.
Yes.
Okay. So now I am asking you that the first of all, God Himself said that I have created everything. This is the criteria
Mhm.
of God. He's the creator and He created everything. Okay. Now, if He wants to be seen by you, then He must have a formation and He must
Mhm.
occupy a space.
Okay.
And
Can I ask a
no, no.
question here?
What I am trying to say
No.
about the formation of an object, we are right now
Yes.
supposing God as an object. Unless
Mm.
otherwise, you won't be able to see him, right? He must be an
Mm.
object, a physical object. He must have some properties that will occupy a space. Am I right? He must have a
Mm.
form. He must have a form,
Yeah.
whatever the form it is. He must have a form, and so we know, according to the physics, that a matter, he must be a matter. Am I right? He must be a matter. So according to physics, the matter has some masses. It has properties. And the properties are electron and protons, right?
This is you're now deflecting from the view.
This
You're
is
going
this
into
is what this is
too many
is
too
this
many
what science
scientific
says?
details, and these
No,
details.
no, no. Let me tell you. Is
Hold
this
on,
all that what
science.
science
Uh,
says about a property, about
hold
a
on, please.
matter?
Please. No, hold on. Everything that you're saying, the property, the matter, and the photons, and all this was not is not in the Quran, or is not given by God.
I am not
And
going
also,
to.
you said, hold on,
We just
please allow me to finish. You said God created everything. So who created God in the first place? If
ex,
exist,
ex,
everything has to be existed,
no,
then
no.
God
First
has a
of all,
creator.
listen, brother, listen. First of all, you have to solve the first question. Then we can go to the second question, right? The question is that God,
Yeah.
the existence is God must be proved by our capacities. That is what you are trying to say. So forget about Quran for the time being. Suppose the God of the religion. Each and every religion talks about God, right? So we are talking about the God, whether he can be seen and watched or he is a matter. That is what we have to understand right now. A matter is to be seen. Can you see anything which is not a matter? I am talking about physics. What physics talks about matter. What is a matter is to be defined. That is what I'm trying to say. If God is a matter, only then we will be able to see him. And photon is not a matter, that's why we are not able to see that. But we are not denying its existence. Nobody can deny it. I'm trying to say that object must have its matter. Am I right? According to the physics? I'm talking about science. He left. I am giving him the chances, but he is not defining. No sound? Want to come again? You want to come again? I'll Ali Khan? I am talking right now. Isn't it clear to the other persons? Irshad Rahim, can you hear me?